Hello, morning.
12 minutes to 8, Friday, BBC Radio Cambridgeshire. So a small patch of land earmarked for housing in Cambridge has been temporarily turned into a wildlife haven.
You can keep an eye out for it. It's on the corner of Hills Avenue and Baldock Way in the Queen Edith's area of the city.
And Dave Webster has been to take a look.
Just a few hundred yards away from one of the busiest roads in Cambridge, Hills Road, you enter a bit of sea of tranquility. Someone just walked past, you can hear the wheels of a pram just rotating in the background. Then you stumble on Joy. This is Joy's garden. It looks like it used to be boarded up and had no one was able to get in or out. But now you can walk through the old hoardings. Oh, hang on. There's a beautiful little box that says Joy's Book Exchange with bees on the front of it. Take one, leave one. There's a gorgeous tree. That looks like an old apple tree, which is completely naked of all its leaves at the moment, bearing in mind it's January. We've got there's crocuses over there. There's some daffodils coming up. That's not right. And some gorgeous snowdrops as well. And over here, a couple of park benches. And, oh, hello. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Sam Davies. And I am the chair of the Queen Edith's Community Forum, which is the group which is working to bring Joy's Garden back to life.
So is this all your idea?
In a nutshell, yes, actually. This garden used to be the garden of the house next door. It was separated off from that house when the last tenant, Joy, moved out. And it was a real local feature. Joy had a beautiful vegetable garden. She used to sell honey for charity. She had chickens. All the local kids on their way to Morley Memorial School would hang over her railings and look at the chickens scratching around. And it got separated off in order to be developed for council housing. But because they weren't in a position to move that project forward, they just boarded it up and left it for 4 years. And my pitch to the City Council was, until you are ready to develop it, can you please give it back for community use? And after a lot of gentle persuasion, they said yes.
So who uses it?
Well, this is an interesting neighbourhood because there's not actually any shared public space. There's houses which have gardens, but it's a difficult area to get people together. And so the idea for this really is quite a small space, but it's going to be a shared space for the neighbours and the local population and for nature as well. That's really important to us. So we don't want to over-cultivate it. We know we've got hedgehogs here. We know when the nettles come up in the spring, the caterpillars love it. But it's a nice quiet spot, as you were saying, for people as well.
I can just imagine also, and this may disturb the wildlife, having a little sort of garden party or garden fete here when it gets a bit warmer.
So strange you should mention that. We've done 3 events here so far. We did something for small children in October half term. We did a pop-up Halloween event, so we didn't tell anyone we were going to be here. And then as the kids were strolling the neighbourhood trick-or-treating, they happened upon us, which was a lot of fun. And we did a get-together with a fire pit and toasting marshmallows and music and what have you just before Christmas. And the plan as we move into this year is that we will be doing that on a much more regular basis. Picnics, music. Someone suggested doing a pop-up cinema event here, which I think could be quite fun in the summer. We just, for as long as we have this space, we want people to use it and feel like it's part of their community.
Do you know how long you have got it for?
No, we don't. It's been suggested it will be a minimum of 2 years. That makes it a slightly difficult time frame. The community forum helped set up another community garden in Queen Edith's, which is at Nightingale Park. We know we've got that for the long term, so we've done a huge amount of construction there to make that a permanent project. This is going to be different, and a 2-year time frame doesn't allow that much scope to get stuff done, so we hope people will just come and enjoy it for what it is, really.